Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Venus, and this week I bought some acrylic marker pens. Ooh, look fancy. Not really that fancy. They're just stuff I got from Vinted. They're kind of like the viral ones from TikTok shop, but I just bought my Vinted because I didn't want to give TikTok my money because I don't want an app that I use to watch edits to then buy off and then buy more stuff up. I feel like a company shouldn't have that much information about me. But this is actually my second set of paint pens. I do quite like the skin tones in the set. The only thing I would say about the set is I didn't really do like dark or deeper skin tones that well, but like I think I have like the Never pack that has deeper skin tones. This is not an ad in any shape or form. I'm just telling you that these pens are quite good. I like them because they are cheap. So like I'm not wasting as much money as I would if I were to buy Poscas. Anyway, I've been really addicted to paint markers recently. I'll show some work on screen. It's mainly just like Lyra, but I've been really enjoying them because for paint markers, I feel like they're my new, I don't want to say obsession because I feel like everyone's like, this is my new obsession, and it's like, it's not, you just really like it. But I always go back and forth with markers, alcohol markers to be specific, and watercolors and colour pencils, just stuff I can travel with is a big plus for me. And I used to quite like painting back in the day, but the thing with painting is it took like a lot of time, and also it did take a lot of preparation, and also getting the materials just to paint was a really pain to do. And Poscas are quite expensive anyway, and I don't have like the brush tips, which I quite like in this set. I do quite like how these sets are so cheap that you can buy the brush sets from like Amazon or whatever. So like even if like the set comes with brush nibs, like you can buy them on Amazon. I feel like that's quite good. So I guess it's kind of like open stock, but not really. It's just cheap paint, really. That's quite like what I like about it, because like it's so cheap that like anyone can buy them, so anyone can make art, and I feel like that's kind of beautiful. But I have like a topic for this video, and this was actually a thing I've been thinking about for a while, because I've been having these paint pens, and the problem with, I don't want to say it's a problem in the art community, because it's definitely not a problem, but it's definitely the overconsumption, hyper advertisement of the art space I've been seeing recently. So it's like, I've been trying to use paint pens, so I've been looking on tutorials, but every tutorial I've seen is like, let's paint together with these Artex markers, let's paint together these Ohuhu brush pens, let's paint with these, or let's use these Ohuhu alcohol markers, or let's use these Artex markers, or let's use these insert cheapish alcohol marker brand, paint brand that's getting in on the hype, which is just like the same marker made in a different factoring in China with your labeling on it. It has white labeling, it's a thing. I don't want to get into it right now, but it's just the same video, and I hate these videos that are like, oh, get this, because this is like, I think I was watching one video from Jazza, I put it on screen now, and you're saying, oh, like these Ohuhu markers are the Copic killer, and it's like, it's not. I've used Ohuhu markers, they're okay. I do prefer Copics though, because the thing with Copics and not Ohuhus, one, Copics has been in the art space since like the 80s, 90s, whatever, what have you. Ohuhu is still like a quite young brand. It's only been out for like 10 or so years. I've been hearing about it since I was a wee young artist back in the COVID times, if you can remember that. But I do respect Copic a bit more than Ohuhu, because the thing of Copic is like, I can get them at any art store, really, at least in the UK. I know in America, in Michael's, you can get them, but I don't go to America. I've never been to America, thus I cannot get them from a local shop. Whereas Copic, they're like a brand name in the art community, along with Winder Newton as well. So I can go into a shop and buy the marker, and that's a big deal for me, because that's how people get into the door. Like, yes, you know, everything's online nowadays. At least I can go and grab a marker from a shop or something. That was like, I think that's a really good thing to think about, is like, yes, people are also buying your products, but people who are also going to buy them are kids, or people who have limited access to the internet might not be able to buy your product because it's mainly an online product. Also, the thing with Copic is like, I know it's going to work out the packet. Like, I can get it online, but it's open stock. I can get a Copic marker out of stock. I can get the refill. I can get this. I can get that. Well, people always say, oh yeah, but who has refills now? But it's only for like a quarter of their markers, not even all their markers. And also, like, to get like the nibs in that, you have to get them from the website. Okay, fair enough, you have to get them from the website. It's a whole thing. But then you have to pay shipping costs and this cost and that costs, and it's like not even worth it in the end. But it is good that they are trying with the refills and stuff. It's just like you can't even get them for all your markers, really. It just boggles the mind, I guess. But you may be thinking, but Venus, if you like Copic so much, then why didn't you not use Poscas? And the thing with Poscas is, yes, I can go into a store and get these Posca markers, but that is a bit more of an investment. Whereas these cheap paint markers that I have, I'm not doing a video on them. They're not super special. I just use them to have fun. That is what I like about them. They're having fun. Poscas and Copic, while yes, are expensive, they are an investment. They're an investment for your future. And if you get cheap stuff, you get cheap products. Not to say you can't work with cheap products. Obviously not. You see, I'm using these cheap paint pens. I would say pretty well. I'm not the best artist in the world, but I think I'm doing pretty well. I do have my gripes with them. Very limited with the dark colour perks as well, but I can make it work. That is the thing. I do not like being sold something. I do not like being sold like you need this, oh, this is the Copic killer, oh, this is the Posca marker, or Posca say goodbye because of these. And it's like, mate, like, they're just trending art supplies. Yes, they're very good. Yes, they're okay. But I just hate the over commercialization of it to a deep core. But at the same time, it's like people need to get paid. But I don't want people to lie. I hate being lied to and saying, like, oh, these are better than XYZ, because they're not. Nothing is better than XYZ. It just really annoys me. It annoys me to the point where I'm making a video about this. But this is not going to be the full topic of the video. I had this idea floating around in my head, and I really need to put it on pen and paper. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think I've mentioned it in one video before, but I do prefer Copic markers to Woohoo markers. I can go on and on about how much I prefer Copic to Woohoo. I just mentioned in my points earlier. But again, I feel like nicer when I use my Copic. It's probably nothing, but I do think there's a better colour selection, especially with Copic than a Woohoo. Not to disrespect a Woohoo. I know many artists that use a Woohoo, but like sometimes I'm like, I can tell you used a Woohoo. Not in a bad way, obviously not. No. But I can tell that, oh, this is made with Woohoo, this is made from Copic. Cause I use Copics a bit more than I do a Woohoo, but there was a time I used a Woohoo quite regularly. It's just the smell and the feel of the pen in my hand. It's just, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Another thing I would like to add before we go on into a different topic though is I don't like the fact, oh that's my Discord, don't worry about that, is the fact that a lot of these like videos of mindsets, especially on TikTok shop, is like, oh, like paid promotion, and then so that I'm like, well, is this realistically what you're saying? I used to watch this other creator that usually paint markers quite regularly, and it was just ad after ad after ad, and sometimes I'm like, okay, so like, what's the point in watching your content if it's gonna be like a big long ad? Like, yes, your art looks lovely, nothing against your artwork, it's just every other video was either an ad or a paid promotion, this, that, etc. I'm just like, I just don't want to watch an ad. Like, I don't want to watch an ad. Is that so wrong to say I don't want to watch an ad? I don't want to watch a thing that I don't like. I don't want to watch using the same marker pens over and over. I just don't want that. I don't like this over commercialization of my hobby. This is supposed to make me happy. But instead I'm getting angered and angry over these creators who, yes, need money, but at the fact at the same time it's like every video is an ad, and then like sometimes when they do a different video, but they'll use other different materials, different this and that, and they'll even go on record saying, oh, I don't really like them paint pens, but in the next video they'll say, oh, I love these paint pens, they're the best paint pens ever, and it's like, you just send another video. I need to calm down. It's fine, I'm an adult. Oh no. But sorry to say halfway through the video what I'm painting right now. I'm painting my OC Lyra Hall. I'm trying to make her a bit more 70s-esque. So I'm giving it like this like purple jumpsuit. She looks very Daphne coded, I feel. But I do quite like it. I am still messing around with her design. So anyone who is a fan of the 70s, like late 60s, early 70s, please pop a comment down below of what I can do to make this better. Or any history versionistas in the comments. Can you say what I could do to make this more 70s, or what people during hot weather in the 70s would typically wear, or etc, etc. I do quite like learning about like fashion history and such. I'm not really a big fashion person myself. I'm not gonna lie to you, like the most I've worn this past summer is just pajamas, the same Disney jumper, and like the same pair of shorts every so often. No, I've washed the shorts, so don't worry. I've washed my shorts. It's just been too hot. And when my boy went to ice, I also still wear pajamas. So like, what's the point? I do have this like one white dress I do wear quite regularly, and it is quite nice. But I'm not like a big dress-up-y person. I think it's due to the autism and just the fact that I do draw and paint and such. So wearing nice things doesn't really make me feel nicer. I just feel a bit more guilty for getting paint on, let's say, a blanket or this or that. But yeah, like that's what I have on the overconsumption. I could go on about the overconsumption in the art community right now. I think I'm just going over my same 5 points over and over again. But please tell me in the comments what you think about the overconsumption in the art community. Are you sick of it? Do you don't mind it? Do you not mind being given the same 5 paint markers over and over again because they are good, but I don't think they're that good? Or do you do care? Or do you like hate the fact that like every person on the planet keeps selling the same Artex markers, and they try it within like 5 minutes of using them, so now you can't use them? And it's just, I feel like I'm venting right now. I honestly feel like I'm venting. But yeah, maybe you're my therapist. You're not my therapist, and we're not that close to the camera. But I'll come back in a minute when I have some better points I want to talk about. See you in a bit. I think of what I want to say in this video is just like, I feel like my little hobby, my art hobby, maybe even my little art process, I feel like it's just more and more becoming more like commercialized. It's becoming more an expensive hobby, which it didn't have to be. I know some hobbies are very expensive in the art community. I know custom doll making is quite expensive. I know that sometimes painting can be very expensive, especially if you're using all your paints. That does add up a little bit. I know some other hobbies are very expensive. Knitting's quite expensive, I've heard. One of my friends knits, and the wool, just nice wool to get, is like I think 10 or 12 quid or something, which isn't a lot in theory. But I feel like if you run out of wool, if you do a lot of like knitting and stuff, I feel like it should be a bit cheaper. But I don't know, I don't like how every video I see from someone is just an ad, you know. I'm watching your YouTube video to either learn from you, which is fine. I love a bit of learning. I'm very self-taught. Even though I do go to an art course in a local college, I did not learn mainly from education. Hey, fun fact for you, when I first started to get into art during 2020, when I got back to school, my art teacher left, so I was the art teacher. So every break time, lunchtime, every spare 5 minutes I had, I was just learning from the internet. I was just learning from my YouTube, Tumblr. Do you all remember like Tumblr? Like the I had like little help art stuff. I learned from Pinterest when they had little tips and tricks. I learned from everywhere and everywhere. I just learned how to draw for the love of the game. And I feel like no one's drawing to like be good anymore for themselves. I feel like everyone's drawing or getting into art or doing this because they want to buy supplies, because they want to buy something. Because I will admit, I do buy art supplies, and sometimes that little dopamine rush does hit you. You're like, oh, I just bought something. And it didn't help that I come from a family that is very much, oh, buy stuff if you want to buy stuff. You know, I am very privileged in that regard to have a family that is like very much like, oh, okay, you can just buy that, whatever. My family are very supportive of my hobby, however. Like every Christmas, every birthday, every so often, I would get art supplies. Even my dad, he buys me like packs of pencils or like some paint markers. Actually, recently he got me a little pastel markery set from ironically TikTok shop. But it is just like the nice things, you know, it comes from this, and it just gives me so much joy. I don't like when artists put each other down for not doing this. I don't know. I feel like this is very getting out of topic, out of hand. But I don't like how it's become a commercialized dog fest. Because becoming an artist, pursuing art in this day and age is like a losing battle. And I feel like it's becoming more content-wise, and I just feel like no one is in it for the love anymore. I don't know, maybe I'm just like being really sappy because I'm on my period. TMI, I guess. But I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking stuff. But I will say, like the art talk community has nothing over the color talk girlies. Like, oh my god. Like, I'll look, because I don't know, I subscribe to the color talk girlies, because sometimes, you know, like, they do like a nice like blend and stuff, and it looks really, really nice, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm not really a color person, like, a color book artist, but, you know, I quite like this blend, so I'll follow them. And like the amount of stuff they have, oh my god, I feel like my mother. It's like, you didn't need all that stuff. You know, I just said like I'm from a family that like buys and buys. But I mean, my mom's still the same. She's like, you didn't need all that stuff. You just getting for the sake of getting, you are. But I feel like that's just the thing in social media. It's like, I feel like people are just buying stuff and getting stuff for the sake of having it. Sake of, oh, because it's popular. Like, yeah. But it's also naff. It's also a bit shit. It's also not the best, you know. I don't know. I'll get off my high horse, but I'll like say one thing about the pieces so far, which I love these big markers. Actually, I know this sounds very hypocritical to say, but I do like these paint markers. And I feel like these paint markers will be a thing that I use a lot more of. I feel like it's just like not more freedom. than with gov markers, because I feel like, oh, I can fix mistakes, it's fine, and I feel like I have that freedom. So I will say a plus for acrylic marker, sorry, is that I do have the added freedom of this, and I like it. But I'll leave yous for now, and I'll speak again at the end of the video. It is now towards the end of the video now, and I want to say thank you for watching so far. It has mean a lot to me. Obviously these next couple months are going to be a bit harder to do videos and such, because I am going to be going back to college and going to be going back to school, so it will be a lot harder for me to do draw with me's or commentary videos and such. I feel like sketchbook tours will be a lot more easier to come out, but like, who's to say? So it'll be a bit more few and far between, but I'll try and at least upload once a month, which I've been trying to do. I used to try and upload twice a week, but that's not happening. That is not happening whatsoever. But if you like the points I made so far in the video, please comment down below if you like them. I'm happy, I guess. I'm happy that you've watched so far. Please leave a comment down below what your favorite art supplies is at the moment. Are you someone that like goes towards different art supplies so often? Or are you like a solid, like, this is my art supply, I am not changing my art supply? Also, I wanted to know, like, do you do traditional art, do you do digital art? I've tried doing digital art in the past, but honestly, it's not my thing. I've done all like the screen protector stuff. I used to do a lot of digital art back in the day. I feel like that would be like an interesting video to do of like digital artist does digital art for the first time in a long time. I feel like that'd be very cool, because I still have Procreate on my iPad, and I still use Procreate actually to do the thumbnails for these videos. So like, maybe I could make like an illustration using Procreate. It does help that a lot of my friends are digital artists as well, so like if I'm stuck, I'm just like, help, help. I just scream in the group chat, help, and they're just like, what have you done now? What have you done? Oh god, what you done now? But yeah, I don't know what the next video will be. Hopefully maybe a lore video, who knows? Hopefully my video will be more scripted, I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you very, very soon, and have a very, very good day. Please make lots of art, and try not to buy too many art supplies just because of TikTok I told you to. Alright, bye bye!